Hi. It's been a while. I apologize for the lack of uploading. It's been 5 months? I don't know. I do want to apologize for that, first of all, before we go on to anything. You can also tell it's a different kind of format of video. Usually I do my videos recorded on the PlayStation 5. But this is a bit of a different video. I've made this video to talk about Pokemon Legends ZA, which I've heard a lot of controversial things about, and I just want to say my opinion on the game, okay? First of all, I'm just going to say, I think they did a fantastic job with the game. I do kind of see some of the complaints, and I'll go over my complaints with the game. But this is mainly going to be a positive video, because I want to kind of get a good positive look at the game. Most YouTubers you see will hammer the game so much. They will hate on it so much, and I don't really get the hate. I mean, I get why some of the hate is being thrown, and obviously, again, you can have your opinion. You can think the game is awful if you really want to. But I just wanted to talk about my opinion and how I think they did. So, first let's talk about the actual gameplay and the graphics. In terms of gameplay, I really like the new battle system. In my opinion, I think that's one of the best things about the game, is the new battle system. Controversial as it is, I think I actually like this new battle system more than the, more than the usual battle system that we've had with, like, the 3DS and the Game Boy and the other Nintendo Switch games, like all the other Pokemon games, basically. And I do hope this carries on, hopefully, to the main series. I don't think it will, but then again, we did get Pokemon Champions, which is like kind of its own thing, so maybe that will carry on. I'm not sure. In terms of graphics, I don't mind them too much, and I will talk about this part more when we go on to the negatives of the game. I don't personally mind about the graphics. Now, I was one of those people that played Pokemon Violet, because I did choose Pokemon Violet instead of Scarlet, and I didn't really care about the graphics too much. Now, I'm gonna grab it, it's charging. As a Switch 1 player, I didn't really care too much about the graphics. I didn't really care about that, to be honest. I didn't experience any of the bugs, and maybe that's because I did get the game fairly late, but I don't think the graphics are really that bad in this game, and I think they're getting it on a bit too much. They're definitely better than Scarlet and Violet, but I can see some of the complaints. For the Megas, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about, I really like the new Megas, to be honest. I don't really think there's many Megas that I didn't like, and into new ones, that is. I think the worst one, controversial as this is, don't hate me, Mega Starmie. I'm sorry, it's just uncreative.
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
They basically just gave it a Patrick style build. And I thought that was pretty lazy. But most of the others I really liked. They've really cooked with some of them, like Mega Dragalge, Mega Delphox, Mega Chestnut. I'm not going to go on about Greninja, we already know. I'm a huge Greninja fan.
Bruh.
You can't see any of my Greninja stuff, but I literally have a full shelf, like, over there. I'm a huge Greninja fan, but anyways, that's not the topic of the video. Now, one controversial thing I've heard is, and it's not even really controversial, it's just kind of like a universal thing that I do agree with, kind of, is how they distributed the Mega Kalos stars. Now, I do personally think they could have done better with that. I don't think they did it in the best way. In terms of distributing them, I don't think they should have made it a Switch Online distribution. Apparently, and I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that at some point they will be selling them in Quizartica Inc. or in the Stone Emporium, which I do hope they do, so people, like, don't miss out on them. I also hope they redistribute them once the first 3 seasons of the ZA Royale are over. But I think they did a pretty good job with the Megas. Other ones I think were really controversial were Mega Dragon Knight. I saw a lot of people hating on Mega Dragon Knight. I personally thought it was okay, but we're not gonna ramble about the Megas because I can do a whole separate. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on, hopefully, if I can, that is, once I get my capture card, on all of the Megas and how to use them, what are the best moves for them. Once I learn all that stuff.
The fuck you lying?
Because I just finished the game. Storyline wise, it was amazing. Now, I grew up, and I'm actually going to get it out because I have my 3DS in here. I grew up with this back in 2017, the 3DS. This is my main 3DS. It doesn't work as well anymore. It does have a clicky issue, but I grew up with Pokemon X and Y, mainly Pokemon Y. That was the one I got. I did get it very late. I got it in 2017. Which is around when Ultra Sun and Moon came out, I believe. I could be wrong. But yeah, so I grew up with Pokemon X and Y. So, obviously going into this, I already had high expectations and a lot of bias. I was also an XYZ kid. I grew up with XYZ. It was probably one of the first proper shows I watched when I was a kid. So, I already had some high expectations, but I did not expect them to cook this out of the story.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
And I know no one's going to agree with me right now. They cooked. I'm sorry. Them spoilers, by the way, I'm just going to have a little spoiler segment before I do this, but Lysander. Putting Lysander in the game was something I think no one was expecting. I think the way they went about it was really well. I do think it was a bit odd that they decided to make him kind of a good guy, but I do think they did a good job with including him, obviously being known as L. What they did with AZ, rest in peace. I think they did a really good job with AZ. Team MZ, oh my god, Team MZ were amazing. Okay. I thought all the characters had amazing personalities, really funny, especially Naveen. The whole thing with Canary and stuff. Tawny was okay. I thought she was alright. She wasn't really the best. But she's a good character, I think. What's it called? The whole thing with Team Flare, which again, I was not expecting. I was personally thinking, and a lot of people were thinking, Quasartica Inc. were going to end up being the villains. But no, they're actually good characters. And I do think the way they went about the story was really good too. The ending, oh my god. What they did with Zygarde as well, I think was really good. They didn't have him in the game too much, not too little. He was just there in certain scenes, and it made sense. The battle mechanics as well for the ZA Royale, how they did that, I think was really good. I haven't done the Infinite ZA Royale yet. I haven't completed the part of that. I've only completed the main story, but I thought that was really good too. I thought it was really fun to like get up the ranks and battle more renowned trainers. I think doing 2 streamer gym leader like characters I think was a bit excessive. I don't think we needed another one in Canary, but I think they did a very good job with her. And I also really liked the Mega Zygarde, the way they added him to the game, which I was I knew it was going to happen, but I was also so really surprised when the Pebble, spoilers, ended up being the Megastone. Now onto the negatives of the game. Ooh, these are... Okay. The graphics. I've heard a lot of complaints saying that they are just stickered windows, basically, or just flat windows, or painted windows with painted balconies, and I can kind of see that, but again, for me, the graphics weren't the biggest thing. And honestly, the difference between Switch 1 and Switch 2, I don't think was warranted enough for me to get the Switch 2, even though I was going to get it originally. I did end up changing my mind later on due to the lack of difference. I thought that some of the battling in the game was a little repetitive. That's just me. I thought it was getting a little repetitive how towards the end you just had to fight, and, like, do, like, extra kind of filler things before you got to fight the person, which was fun, but it was also a little annoying at times, especially that quest, the Team Flare quest, and also the quest to find the Fist of Justice's, or Ivor's sister. That was very annoying. I was just like, just hurry up. I also have heard a lot of people complain about the fact that the game is basically, especially in the US right now, for us I think it's only about like 70 to 80 bucks with the DLC, but it's basically a $100 game, and while I do understand that, I'm also not surprised that they announced the DLC before the game. I mean, the game was slated to be released, I think, in 2024. It was already basically planned out and prepared, so I'm not surprised. Another thing I wanted to talk about, oh my god. Okay, so, That Man Stonks, aka my friend Tommy, he basically had this thing in his streams where he would just simp the hell out of, or simp for Emma, and I don't think they needed to make it that defined, if you get what I'm on about. But, I thought the game was really good, and I don't know why they did that, but it was cool. The music as well was really good as well. I love the soundtracks, especially the music for the strategy meetings, the Team MZ strategy meetings. I thought it was a really good soundtrack, along with Emma's theme. Damn, that brought back nostalgia. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. This is kind of weird. First time I'm recording a video, like, to you guys in front of the camera. I'm recording on my phone, but, like, first time I'm recording and having the thing directly at my face. So this is still a little weird for me. So I do apologize for that if it's a little unprofessional and I'm just kind of looking around in different directions, because I've noticed I've been doing that every now and again. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, overall opinions, I thought the game was really good. I don't think it deserves the hate it is getting. I will be making, hopefully, some videos catching the legendaries. They may also be recorded on my phone, so if they're low quality, I will say that from now. I do apologize, I don't have a capture card yet, but once I do, I will step up the quality of the recording. I also do hope to come back to, like, a more proper, I guess, schedule for uploading. I do apologize for not having a good schedule, but yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up. I don't really know what else to talk about, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this, like rating games or even TV shows, so we could do that too, or even movies. I know that, or even anime, because I've been getting into, I'm a huge anime fan, if you didn't know. And I think it's the Jujutsu Kaisen movie comes out in a couple months, so let me know if you guys want to see a review on that. But anyways, yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, if I ever do one. But yeah, have a good rest of your day. Oh yeah, and make sure to subscribe, like, comment, do the usual stuff. I hate asking for this, but yeah. Anyways, peace.